Who gives this woman
Look
in
that way,
marriage to
guys.
this man?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, yes, is that the
Oh my God, I got it. I got a beautiful photo of it. Beautiful.
I can't hear you.
Who gives this woman in marriage to this man? Her family?
Yes, her family.
Okay, all right. Here we go, folks. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today on this glorious afternoon in front of family and friends and in the sight of God to celebrate and witness the joining of these two best friends as they make the decision to commit themselves one to the other. William, John, and Fung have invited you here today because they want you to share with them the love that they have discovered in each other. The two of them have been swept up by joy, and they want all of you to share their delight. In joining us today, you demonstrate your unwavering support to their decision to commit themselves to a lifelong relationship. Marriage is the greatest relationship which can exist between two people. It is the ultimate expression of friendship and love. As the intimate sharing of two lives, it must not diminish, but rather encourage and nurture the individuality of each partner. So we may say that marriage is not a limitation, rather it is the basis for great freedom. A freedom we call friendship, a long and lasting friendship in which each person is allowed to be who he or she really is. And there is not only the freedom to be, but also the freedom to become. Good friendship allows each person to grow and change, and relationships are strengthened by healthy growth and change. William, John, Fung, what has brought you to this place of marriage? Such things as mutual respect and understanding, as well as a deep and abiding passion. What has brought you here today will leave with you here today and grow with you as your marriage matures. Because of this, your love for each other will endure and will grow through the circumstances of life, which can be adverse. So in times of weakness, you will provide each other strength, and in times of sorrow or loss, you will provide each other comfort and hope. In this way, you will complement each other through the seasons of life. William, John, Fung, from your promises today to love and care for each other will come a spiritual bonding, a deep union that will go beyond words. I get asked this, I've done maybe 800 weddings, I've been asked all the time, why do people gather for weddings? I believe it's because we have thousands of important moments that happen throughout our lives, but this one is regarded as so important. We acknowledge its special status by sharing it with family and friends. But why? Why this moment? I think it's because we all have differences in the world, and yet love is the one thing we all share. It's our great unifier, our one universal truth. And that truth states that no matter who you are, where you come from, what you believe, we know this one thing to be true. Love is the one thing that we're doing right, and that is why we gather to celebrate. That is why William, John, and Fung are standing up here today, and why each of you have found time in your busy lives to be here to share this moment with them. As with all relationships, marriage is an endless presentation of choices about how we wish to be with one another. Each choice results in either more unity or more separation. Fung and William, John are committed to sharing their gifts of friendship, humor, vulnerability, sensitivity, and kindness. And each day they will find ways to protect, affirm, and support each other, and to treasure the balance and shared values that they have found in one another. The guaranteed result will be more unity. They thank each of you for coming here today. They both understand and profoundly appreciate your contributions for their union this day. Fung and William, John are both caring and unique individuals because they were treasured and cherished and lovingly bestowed with the very best attributes of their devoted parents. This path to eternal love often takes us on an interesting journey. Rarely is it a straight line, quite the opposite for most of us. In the case of our happy couple today, they met the old-fashioned way, that time-honored tradition of going online and letting the internet weed out all the people you would not want to spend the rest of your life with. And thus began their acquaintance. William John and Fung had no way of knowing that their chance encounter online was to be the first step toward their mutual destiny. One rarely knows at first blush that you have met your soulmate, and that is precisely why falling in love is such a unique experience. From their first cautious steps towards a friendship at Pete's Coffee in San Jose, one date became two when Fung suggested to William John that if he really wanted a second date, he would fly to Texas and have that second date. The second date was a success because William John passed inspection with Fung's family, and the earnest pursuit of two strangers looking for someone to love with all their heart was in full swing. Love was in the air. The wind is making this a little more fun. Those of you who have experienced firsthand the delirium that comes from wanting to spend every waking moment with this enchanting person who captivates you like no other, knows what happens next. While everyone else sleeps, you talk and feel as if you will never run out of things to say, never run out of things to share. As soon as the conversation begins, you pray it will never end. You quickly begin to see that there is something special happening in your life. We are here today because the introduction afforded them via the World Wide Web worked its magic. Fung and William John began that unique process that is universally described as falling in love, and thus began their relationship. Fung shared with me that William John has so many qualities that attracted her that it was hard for her to narrow it down to a few to share with everyone today. So here is but a partial list of the things that attracted Fung to William John. He is honest and faithful. He is sweet and understanding, and his companionship makes her happy. From their shared love of seafood and travel, to his desire to live a life filled with happiness and a promise to work hard, to never yell at each other, to never have disagreements in front of others, and to always keep the house clean. This is my favorite part. Bonus points for always letting her win any battle. And it would also be nice if William John continues to treat her like a queen. Isn't that lovely? William John seems particularly fond of Fung's qualities tied to her strong sense of family and her nurturing heart. It certainly is not lost on anyone who has eyes in their head that Fung is attractive, but she is also creative and artistic, and conversation with her comes quite easily. In fact, once they spoke on the phone for 7.5 hours. I didn't see your cell bill. William John admires Fung because of the great job she has done raising Thomas. That would be the Stanford kid. Yep. Yes. Her adventurous nature combined with her amazing ability to make new friends is impressive. He is very grateful for how she looks after him. He misses her when she's away and cannot wait for her to return. He also appreciates the fact that she buys him nice clothes so he looks good. Did she buy that coat? Fung and William John's love has unfolded like a fairy tale with a happy ending. Both of them believed in true love, but neither realized just how many twists and turns there would be on their road to eternal happiness. Make no mistake, even in fairy tales, things happen that can test the resolve of even the most resolute couple. William, John, and Fung have faced many challenges together already, but their love and trust in one another has only deepened with each new challenge possible. William, John, and Fung have a fantastic future ahead of them because they have found their perfect match, the person who complements them, the person who makes them whole. Relationships that are going to last must adapt and be flexible and cope with circumstances that are not always easy. But for a lucky few, the stars aligned to provide us with a partner so beloved, so special, that we feel as if some inexplicable force has interceded on our behalf. We find ourselves wondering, how in the world did I ever live my life without you? Part of the great joy of marriage is having someone to stand beside you through good times and bad. There is no doubt that they may face other challenges in their life together, but they're not going to do it alone. Every marriage needs the love, nurturing, and support of family and friends. I told you earlier when you first arrived, your being here is no accident. On this wedding day, I implore each of you here today, please welcome with open arms the newest member of your family. It is vital that you embrace them in that unique way that can only happen when you love someone not for where they came from, but where they now reside in their hearts and hearts. Fung, William John, today the two of you will be joined together as one. The person standing opposite you now, looking at you with such love and devotion, wants to work tirelessly alongside you to help your shared dreams come true. You have each chosen to be with the one person who enhances you, makes you think, makes you smile, sometimes makes you crazy, and yet still makes every day bright. You both stand here today of your own free will. I'm going to share a secret with you that perhaps you've not thought about until now. The two of you are going to grow old together. The hands you each hold are the very same hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years, and with the slightest touch will comfort you like no other. These are the hands that work alongside yours as you continue to build your future together, and these are the hands that will hold you should illness, fear, or grief ever find you. The hands that you now hold will give you strength should you need it, and these are the hands that even when wrinkled in age will still be reaching for you. You should both treasure this opportunity to spend your love with your best friend for the rest of your life. Today is truly a day to rejoice for all that you have gained, and how very fortunate you both are to be so loved. Okay, this is where it gets complicated. We're going to do the sand ceremony now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to ask the person who has the big vase, where'd she go? There she is. So I'm going to have you do me a favor, take your umbrella in hand, somebody else just for a minute, so we can get some quality pictures. And I want you to hold the vase just over here to the left shoulder. Okay. So, we're going to get this all ready to go. Who has my little, my brown thing? Small bottle? Okay, here we go. Can you take the plastic off for me, please? Thank you very much. Okay. So, I'm going to pour this as the foundation for the two of them to build upon. This base layer of white sand symbolizes the Supreme Being, God, Buddha, our Creator, being the foundation of their relationship. It also represents purity, spiritual values, and devotion. It also doesn't hurt that I've been married 40 years myself. Okay, who wants to hold this for me temporarily? Okay. William John and Fung will now pour some sand that they collected in the Houston area, where I'm going to be in 10 days, and the Monterey area, where I am right now, symbolizing their love for each other, nature, and travel. Go ahead and give me the plastic when you're done. You guys can pour simultaneously.
Of course, I like kisses and stuff.
I hope you got big pockets, my friend. Okay. So, next up is we're going to ask William John and Fung to pour pour 4 to 6 layers of alternating dark blue and dark orange sand. Who has those, please? There's the blue.
Jacket. Oh, you look up.
Ellis, you have to hold it now. And I hold it. Hold it just like that.
And as you're pouring, I'm going to read this. Today, both of you will seal your bond by blending these 2 individual vases together. Once the sand is blended together, it cannot be separated. And just as the sand cannot be separated, your friends and family are here today to witness your love that will never separate. By blending these sands together, we are recognizing the importance of blending 2 families together. May you always honor and protect your family.
You have yellow? Pasta.
Yellow. Okay. Somebody come please take these away from the bride and groom. Ladies and gentlemen, I hold in my hand yellow sand, which represents friendship and harmony. I'm now going to add a layer on behalf of each of you, our treasured guests, which will represent a contribution from all of you, which will ensure that their relationship always bask in the glow of an eternal sun, which will keep their relationship warm. Okay, you're okay holding that for a little bit longer?
Yeah, sure.
Good. Each of you are already a part of William, John, and Foom's life, and your addition to their Unity sand base is a symbol of your important contributions to their lives, their thoughts, their personalities. A piece of each of you will forever live in each of them. In everyone's life, there are things, events, and people that can shape our lives. These forces can forever change our lives and shape us to be who we are now and who we will become in the future. One last step. We get more props at this wedding. It's awesome. So, I got it. Hold hands. We have these wooden dowels and some wind. Each one of you is going to get one of these as a memento. What you're to do is one by one, I want you to come up. I will hand you a dowel, and you can either shove the dowel down like this all the way to the bottom, and then pull it back up, and then keep it, or if you like, you can run down the sides to alter the appearance of the sand. Everybody understand? Let's go ahead and start with this gentleman over here, and we'll go this way. That is your memento. Okay. And this beautiful young lady here.
Right, yeah.
If you're a couple, you'll have chopsticks. Here you are. Each your own. We don't recycle here.